I've made a lot of things with pumpkin. I've made a no-bake pumpkin cheesecake. I've made a healthy pumpkin spice latte. I've made the 5-minute pumpkin dessert. I've made all kind of things, but y'all reminded me that I've never made a pumpkin pie. And that's just because I didn't want to make an old boring pumpkin pie. But I decided to take an old boring pumpkin pie, add some great flavors into it that are going to kick it up to another level and make it so easy that even I can make it. This is the pumpkin pie for people that don't like pumpkin pie. Stick around. The first thing I'm going to add into this pumpkin pie filling may shock you. It's pumpkin. Anyway, I shared this on the other video, but always make sure it's 100% pure pumpkin. Look on the ingredients right here. The only ingredient is pumpkin. A lot of these pumpkin pie fillings are loaded up with sugar. And if you're trying to make healthier versions of standard American diet stuff, make sure you don't throw in any added sugar. I got this one at Walmart, and if you don't like Walmart, I don't really need to know about it. You can go out to the pumpkin patch if you want to. Pick your own pumpkin, cook it down, and use that. But anyway, it's 15 ounces. I'm gonna dump that right in. To that, I'm gonna add in 3 beaten eggs. And normally I like to beat these before they go in, but I found out too late, this container is only a 2-egg capacity container and not 3, so I'm about to do more work in the bowl. Now I'm going in with a very generous heaping half cup of my powdered sweetener. And I'll put a link to that video right up there somewhere. It's just a way to save some money if you use a lot of powdered sweetener. Oh, why not? Just a little bit more for good measure. Or bad measure, depending on how you want to look at it. So now let me do a little extra work because I wasn't able to whisk my eggs. I'm going to get all this well combined. And if you don't make your own sweetener like this, just use your favorite low-carb powdered sweetener. It'll work just fine. Next, I'm going in with 1.5 cups of heavy cream and this spice blend. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and a good old hefty pinch of salt. That's about 1/4 teaspoon as well. I'm going to throw that right in. Give that a good mix together. Oh man, I wish you could smell this stuff right now. It is smelling absolutely amazing. And of course you can use pumpkin pie spice if you want to, but what's the fun in that? You can control your own flavors like this. If you don't like the clove, leave it out. If you don't like the nutmeg or you want more of it, throw more in. Hey, the world is your pumpkin. And of course, no great dessert can be made without a little bit of vanilla. Beaver free, of course, but I'm going to use the beaver to pour them out. Oh yeah. Man, that is the good stuff. There's nothing like making your own vanilla extract, and I'll link that video up there somewhere. If you've never made your own, you got to try it at least one time. It'll also teach you patience. So I'm going to get this all well combined, and I'll show you what to do next. I preheated my oven to 325 degrees. That's what we're going to cook it at. And right now is the time that you want to give this a taste. Just make sure sweetness is right for you. That is absolutely delicious. Now I'm going to take my new pie crust recipe, and I'll link to another pie crust that I made up there. This is the one that doesn't have any almond flour in it. You can make it without coconut flour and all that good stuff. So it's a recipe I've been working on for a while. I think it's absolutely delicious. Now all I'm going to do is pour this right in. I'm going to put this in that 325 degree oven for about 55 minutes to an hour. You want the edges to be set up and the middle should still be slightly wobbly. I'll show you what that looks like as soon as it comes out of the oven. So it's been 55 minutes and this is what it looks like. It's just starting to get some little bubbles there. And see how it's all firm around the outside, but that middle is just a little bit jiggly. That's what you want. We're going to leave it here. This is going to cook just a little bit more. I'm going to put it on a cooling rack, let it cool to room temperature. I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight. And I know, but you want to do that to make sure that it cuts perfectly. I'll throw it in there. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all cool, and we'll cut into it. So this has been in the fridge overnight, and it cracked a little bit on the top. Sometimes it does that, sometimes not. I'm not sure exactly why, but hey, I'm just gonna cut a piece of this. You know, that first piece is always the sacrificial piece. So I'm gonna try this. Then I'll get a pretty piece to show you how to finish it. So here's the texture you got right here. I mean, that right there looks like a winner. Here, get you a bite. The way I'm gonna finish this is really easy. I took about a tablespoon of butter and I fried up some of these pecans and then threw in maybe a tablespoon or so of my brown sweetener. I'm gonna get a little bit of my whipped cream that I normally just use around the holidays. Throw a little bit of that on there. Top that with a few of these. Oh man, that is some sticky, ooey gooey goodness right there. Then if you want to get real crazy with it, get you some low-carb maple syrup. Just drizzle that right on the top. Oh man, I tell you what, that's the good stuff. And the part on the counter, that's for me. Hey, this right here is going to be a hit at any of your parties. It's creamy, it's pumpkiny, it's got all that fall spice in it. I might need just a minute. So this pumpkin pie is awesome, but if you want something a little different to take to your Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, or whatever the occasion is, I've made 2 apple desserts. I'll put links to those down in the description and right over here. The awesome part is they have less than 10% of the carbs of regular apple desserts, and nobody's gonna know the difference. I hope you enjoy them. Hit the like button on the way out, and I'll see you on the next video.